You know what I'm getting tired of in the world of video games? These late night announcements that keep popping up. First it was the PlayStation Classic a couple weeks ago. It was like 2 a.m. I was laying in bed and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about a PlayStation Classic and I'm like, do I make a video on it now? And yes, I decided to make a video on it then because I wanted to get it out there while the news is hot. Well, once again, now it is 1:30 in the morning. I'm laying in bed watching Batman, the 1989 classic film, and new news pops up about a new Nintendo Switch potentially coming in Q2 2019. A brand new Nintendo Switch unit. So what is the source of this information? Where is this coming from? Is it a credible source? And what is this system going to be? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into this.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards! So this news is coming to us from the Wall Street Journal. So pretty much a pretty credible source when it comes down to different things like this. They of course have talked about video game related things as well in the past and have been pretty spot on. And this is coming to us, like I said, from Wall Street Journal of Japan and is now up on Wall Street Journal of America's website so you can get a full English translation of it. But it's locked behind a paywall. But thankfully, the good people at Reset Era have posted this in the thread with a full translation of it. So I'm just going to briefly go over what's mentioned in this article, what it talks about when it comes to the system, and then we are going to theorize what this system actually is. So according to the Wall Street Journal, Nintendo plans to release a new version of its Nintendo Switch video game console next year to maintain the sales momentum of the device, according to suppliers and others with direct knowledge of the plan. Sales of the Nintendo Switch, introduced in March 2017, are still solid but are no longer delivering the favorable results that marked the machine's first year on the market. Nintendo shares, which rose sharply last year, have trailed the broader stock market this year. The move to update the Switch suggests that Kyoto, Japan company is moving quickly to ensure its flagship product doesn't lose competitiveness. Nintendo is still debating what new hardware and software features to include in the upgrade, and weighing the cost of these features, people with knowledge of the discussion said. Now, one option is improving the display, they said. The current Switch uses a lower-end liquid crystal display without some technologies that are standard in the more recent smartphone LCDs. So basically what is going on here is they are theorizing that what this system is going to be and what this system is trying to do in terms of what Nintendo wants it to do is have a better, brighter screen and longer battery life. So a lot of people are starting to think, well, what could this system actually be? What will this system do differently? One of the main theories that's going around right now, though, is that all Nintendo Switch software will be applicable no matter what system you have. So it pretty much looks like it will be sort of a mid-generation refresh now, like we've seen. Now, of course, the Nintendo Switch, like this article states, has released in March 2017. Q2 can be anywhere from, like, I believe it's April to August is that little window of opportunity. So it would be about 2 years plus on the market by the time this could potentially come out, which honestly I feel is a bit short. You know, I would have liked to have seen a bit of a longer lifespan, but I guess it just depends on what this system brings to the table. I think a better screen is a good thing in my opinion, but I don't really know, how much better it can actually be. I guess price is really an important thing when it comes down to it, because the price of the system is $300. And with things like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One 2 looming on the horizon, Nintendo definitely needs to do something with this. So right now, there are two contingencies out there. People that think it's a Switch Pro or people that think it is a Switch Mini. A Switch Pro, of course, would be a more powerful system, something like we saw with the Xbox One. You had the Xbox One, you had the Xbox One S, which was incrementally better than that initial system, and then you had the Scorpio, which was the Xbox One X, as it ended up coming out, which was the premier system, the best way to play your third-party games, the most powerful system currently on the market, and of course the most powerful Xbox One. So Nintendo could go that route and do a Switch Pro and have it have better features and maybe upscale some games that are running on the Nintendo Switch, because one of the things that the Nintendo Switch is capable of, and the reason you're able to see games like Doom on the system, is of course because of how the system can upscale things. But honestly, if I had to put my money on anything, it would be a Switch Mini that would release probably closer to the holiday 2019. Because let's face it, like I said, the $300 price point for the Nintendo Switch, in my opinion, is one of the Achilles heels of the system. It's a fantastic system. It's definitely worth $300. But with things like the 3DS phasing out and Nintendo obviously shifting focus away from the 3DS onto other things, what are those other things? I think a Switch Mini is the perfect thing for this. Now, I have heard that potentially this will not be a Switch Mini, but from a business perspective, it makes more sense because you want to get as many Switch units into as many homes as you can, because the Nintendo Switch is obviously the future of Nintendo and what they want to do, bridging the home console and the portable console into one gaming sphere and dominating just, a complete area of gaming, having console experiences on the go. That's pretty much what the Nintendo Switch is contingent on. I guess they could go another route though. They could do something that I used to theorize when the Nintendo Switch was first announced, and that would be to simply upgrade the tablet portion of it. So follow me on this. Basically, you have the dock that allows you to use your television system and use your system or whatever, on your television, and then you undock it and you can play your Nintendo Switch wherever you go. Well, if they simply upgraded the tablet of the system, you could do it so that you could buy just specifically the tablet. So someone that already has, a complete Nintendo Switch with Joy-Cons and a Nintendo Switch dock could get that at a much cheaper price than someone who would have to buy the complete system. So there's a lot of different things that this potentially could be. I do think it is dangerous though if they were to go just the Switch Pro route though, because you would sort of alienate some customers and you would sort of maybe leave a bad taste in some customers' mouths as well. And one more thing that the Nintendo Switch revision could potentially bring to the market, and I think would be ideal, is more storage space, because you're starting to see a lot of these third-party games where you need to buy a memory card. And while memory cards are cheap, some people don't want to go that route. Some people don't want to have to deal with that. So I guess really it could be one of three things. And we're going to talk about these three things and then I'm going to wrap up this video. It could be a Nintendo Switch Pro, a more powerful system, a system that upscales things and does things a little bit better, maybe higher quality with a brighter screen, something like that, that would probably still be at that $300 price point, and then maybe the standard Nintendo Switch goes down to a cheaper level. Or it could be a Nintendo Switch Mini, something that maybe doesn't have detachable Joy-Cons, something in the $150 to $200 price range, with a smaller but clearer screen, and something that, more people would want to pick up that were into handheld gaming, to sort of bring in those people as the 3DS is potentially dwindling. Or it could just be a simple refresh, something that has a brighter screen, something that has more on-storage memory, something that just is a little more efficient, something that charges faster, something that has a longer battery life, and basically something that if you are a current Nintendo Switch owner, you actually won't even need to bother with updating. So I don't know, there's a lot of different ways this can go. Supposedly there could be more Switch SKUs in the works as well, but I think a lot of us should have expected this. It's a little bit early still in my opinion for something like this to come out, but I am curious to see what other sorts of details we get about this system. As of right now, the Wall Street Journal isn't saying a whole bunch of stuff. I've been getting some information from some of my friends. We've been talking in groups about things to sort of speculate on what this is, but it's definitely an exciting time. New hardware is always fun to talk about and it's always fun to theorize about, but whatever Nintendo decides to do, they need to make sure that they do something that will benefit them and increase their market share with the Nintendo Switch. Like I have said a million different times, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One 2 are coming sooner than later, so Nintendo needs to be on their P's and Q's and make sure they get people involved with the Nintendo Switch that aren't involved with the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, a lot of people are going to pick up the system for Smash Brothers. Obviously, a lot of people are going to pick up the system for Pokemon. So it'll be very interesting to see what ends up happening with this. Will it get an E3 2019 reveal? Or will it be unveiled at a Nintendo Direct? All I know is it's an exciting time and I really want to go to sleep. But hey, we have to talk about video game stuff because that's kind of what I do. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all of this madness. What sort of Nintendo Switch upgraded system do you want to see? What direction do you think they're going to go? Are they they going to go with a more powerful route? Are they going to go with the Switch Mini route? That's something that would be cheaper so that more people could pick up a Nintendo Switch. Or will it just be a simple refresh with something that's more efficient, has a brighter screen, has a longer battery life, and maybe with more on memory or onboard memory storage so that you won't have to worry about getting different memory cards and things like that? Let me know in the comments section down below, and thank you for checking out this video. I will have a link to the Reset Era thread so that you guys can read the full transcript. I pretty much just read a little bit of it and then just broke it down basically what the rest of it says, but there will be a link in the description box so you guys can check that out. Make sure you guys also check out the $100 eShop gift card giveaway that I'm doing. It's probably still going on right now by the time you watch this video, so make sure you guys enter to win that. I want to get as many people as I can to enter that. The more people that enter, the more contests I want to do, and as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm about to take my ass to bed because I'm kind of tired. Later.